Severus Snape was a complicated man who could be seen in both a good and a bad light. He could be caustic, he could be mean, he could also be scarily on point. Here are all the times Snape chose the right side. When he disliked Umbridge as much as we did. We might not always see eye to eye with Snape, but on this point, we definitely have to bow to his good judgment. Dolores Umbridge is just dreadful. The mere thought of her little dry cough is enough to bring on a rage headache, and it seems that Severus felt exactly the same. When Umbridge caught Harry in her office and demanded that Snape bring her Veritaserum, we were surprised by his lack of cooperation, smoothly informing her that she'd actually already used her entire stash, and we like to believe that this wasn't actually true either. He offered her no other assistance, definitely one of Snape's finer moments, when one of his half-blood prince shortcuts saved Ron's life. Harry's obsession with an old tatty textbook drove Hermione mad, especially as it turned him into a potions expert overnight. And of course, Hermione wouldn't want anyone to be better at potions than she was, especially if they didn't even try. The scribbled note, "Just shove a bezoar down their throats," proved to be rather helpful. The advice saved Ron's life when he swipped a cup of poisoned mead meant for Dumbledore. Without the prince's advice, Ron may well have died. When he completely destroyed Lockhart during dueling club. One of the highlights of Gilderoy Lockhart's short tenure at Hogwarts has to be his dueling club. It's probably fair to say that this is the point when we all realize just how foolish Lockhart could be. Firstly, he enlisted Professor Snape as his assistant, and then proceeded to partner with him in a demonstration duel, apparently blind to the fact that Snape was looking more murderous than usual, baring his teeth and making no effort to hide his irritation. An Expelliarmus charm later, and Lockhart was blasted off his feet and into the wall. Come on, admit it, you cheered Snape on, didn't you? When he saved Harry's life on the Quidditch pitch. Right from the moment Professor Snape laid eyes on him, Harry was convinced he hated him. It didn't get much better when he attended his first potions lesson either. When Harry's broomstick bucked out of control during a Quidditch match, and Hermione spotted Snape muttering a jinx under his breath, she put two and two together and quickly set his robes on fire. Unusually for Hermione, she actually got this very, very wrong. Despite Snape's complicated feelings towards Harry, he was actually trying to save him and counteract Quirrell's jinx. Despite her best intentions, Hermione was actually putting Harry's life in further danger by interrupting Snape when he refused to injure or torture Harry after killing Dumbledore. Dumbledore's death was one of the most heart-wrenching moments in the Harry Potter series. We will never forget it. It doesn't matter how many times we read the books or watch the films, our reaction is always the same: horror, disbelief, and tears. So we completely understood Harry's blind rage when he chased after Snape and the Death Eaters. What was really interesting was Snape's reaction to Harry in the aftermath. Initially, he deflected every spell and didn't return fire, rather than jinxing Harry or putting him out of action, which would be a lot easier. Snape only returned fire when Harry persisted in chasing him while taunting him, and even then he used spells to keep Harry down, rather than actually injuring him significantly. It must have taken a surprising amount of skill and control to keep Harry at arm's length and out of harm's way, when he made Wolfsbane Potion for Lupin despite their history. It wasn't only Harry Snape seemingly disliked, he wasn't too fond of James Potter either. In some rather distasteful memories, James was revealed to be a bit of a bully along with his group of friends, and Snape seemed to be their main target, so it's understandable that Snape wouldn't want to help Remus. Yet he still prepared the Wolfsbane Potion that Remus needed. Lupin himself complimented Snape's particular skill in crafting the concoction when he tells Harry how grateful he is. Of course, Snape also plants clues to Lupin's condition when he takes over his class, but we're not saying he's perfect. When he reacted with absolute disgust to Dumbledore's plan for Harry, Snape was Dumbledore's man from the moment Lily was murdered. Over the years, he did whatever he could to try and make up for his past as a Death Eater, and he followed Dumbledore, for the most part, without question. But when the headmaster of Hogwarts revealed Harry's true fate, Snape's reaction was not unlike ours, describing it as raising him like a pig for slaughter. Snape had never seemed so human. The dawning realization and his unguarded response showed just how complicated Snape was when he gave Harry his memories as he was dying. Right up until the last moment of his life, Snape tried to make up for the mistakes of his past. He gave Harry his memories in his final moments, and Harry went headfirst into the pensieve, witnessing Snape's history and the motivations for everything he had done firsthand. His love for Lily kept him going through everything that was asked of him. He effectively gave up his life to act as a double agent and battle against her murderer. One of the most touching things about his memories is how vehement he was in that Harry must never know everything he had done, including all the good.